Underwater, the 2020 film starring Kristen Stewart that I think now has become a cult classic. Now sure, it's only been 5 years since the initial release of this movie, but it's already garnering that cult attention online. Part of that is because physical media nerds like myself, and maybe you, know that this movie is out of print. Now I found the DVD copy recently, and soon I'm going to order the Blu-ray. But I'm really fascinated with the fact that this didn't have a 4K release. Today we're going to talk about this movie and its physical media releases. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Act of Violence channel. My name is Alec. Today we're talking Underwater, specifically this DVD copy I hold in my hand, which you'll notice says DVD only. Well, the only options were DVD or Blu-ray, so what the hell did you think I was going to get? It's a 50% chance I was going to get this, right? I think that's mostly to tell you it doesn't have a digital copy, but it's just like DVD only. Like, you didn't even get the Blu-ray. Well, you guys didn't even make a 4K, so come on. This was 20th Century Fox's last movie before being turned into 20th Century Studios. Let's talk a little bit about the movie itself before moving to the DVD. So the director, William Eubank, actually, I saw his film debut in theaters and I didn't even know it. It was the Angels and Airwaves movie Love that came out in 2011. That kind of shocked and stunned me a little bit because, I was sort of still into Angels and Airwaves at the time. I went and saw that in the theaters and I mostly felt like, this looks really cool and it's interesting and whatnot, but also just kind of feels like a film school kid doing 2001 Space Odyssey or something, I don't know. But if it led to Underwater, hell, I'm happy it happened. So about the cast, Kristen Stewart. Okay, I know a lot of people aren't fans. I'm a fan. I've always been a fan. Now, if you want to hate on the Twilight movies, that's fine. You can miss out on those. But she is great in Crimes of the Future by Cronenberg. She's great in this. She has a career outside of that, just like Robert Pattinson does. But a lot of people seem to still give him credit since he's been Batman now. But I digress. I think she's great in this. Vincent Cassel, who I mainly recognize from the Oceans movies. John Gallagher Jr., who I recognized, but I had to look him up to see who he was. He was the star of The Belko Experiment, which I actually rather like. Probably should review that sometime. You get T.J. Miller in there, which is interesting. He's in Cloverfield, so this kind of matches that vibe. Which is funny because John Gallagher Jr. is in 10 Cloverfield Lane. So it has a very basic DVD menu once we pop it in. There are no special features on the DVD. And for it just being a DVD of a new movie, it looks pretty great on a 4K TV still. Now, why did I buy the DVD instead of the Blu-ray? Well, because both go for around $20 to $30 online. However, I was able to find this one in stores for $7, so I was like, pulling the trigger. One of the big things that makes this movie work for me is that it feels like a late 80s, early 90s movie like this. And by that I mean The Abyss, Alien, The Thing, Deep Blue Sea, even, movies like about some sort of either fantastical alien or monsters or underwater creatures with a crew of different personalities who fight with each other and love with each other, all while trying to survive the monster / alien / whatever it is. This really kind of captures the feel of that kind of stuff to me. That's why I don't mind watching it on DVD. Kind of works. Still, give me a 4K. There's blatant references to Alien in this, as far like the control room, just looking like Alien, some of the space suits, Kristen Stewart walking around in her underwear at the end of the movie, and at the beginning of the movie, and in the middle of the movie. There's stuff that calls back to Weyland-Yutani from Alien, like TN Industries and these Pontus Endeavor jackets that they wear. I want one of these jackets now. I need to get one. Something I notice in some of these kind of movies is they always have a lot of sound equipment on racks. This one in particular makes me think of that episode of Metalocalypse, when they record an album under the sea. Overall, I think the aesthetic of this movie rules. I think the plot of the movie is mostly strong. I think it kind of dips in the middle. In the second act, it kind of is like, it's a little slow going. There's a couple deaths that are decent in there. We'll talk about those in a minute. But that's the thing about these cult movies, is they're seen as being worse than they are, and I think it's just because they didn't do well in the box office, so the company is like, we're not even going to put this on 4K release. Which, I don't know, they probably would have decided that, I feel like, beforehand, unless they canceled it last minute, I don't know. I haven't looked into how they shot this movie too much, but I imagine that they didn't shoot a lot of it underwater, right? But there's lots of interesting practical effects, like I said, the design of the underwater station and everything. The fact that we don't even actually know what year this takes place in or anything, unless there's like a hint to it at the end during the newspaper sequence. The two favorite kills that come to mind are T.J. Miller exploding in his suit, gets his leg torn off and just kind of implodes in his suit. And then the captain just straight up imploding. That's pretty fun. The giant monster that's basically like, you know, we get it. It's kind of a Cthulhu kind of thing. That's fine. Some of the shots, the scale, it didn't seem like it was hitting. And some of the shots, where they're inside, it definitely does. But when they go outside and they're showing like zoomed away shots of the little monster, it just doesn't work. And I do have to say, the ending was better than I remembered. So I definitely think this movie starts strong, it takes a dip, and it ends up being pretty decent again. In one scene in particular, it becomes clear why there's so much sound equipment down here.
You need to hear this. This was the last transmission from the drill site.
The thing about this movie is, it was just so easily forgotten after it came out. I actually saw this in the theater. I don't remember if I saw a trailer or anything, but I went and saw it with my mom. And she's into these kind of like sci-fi-ish horror movies, like that kind of blend that line, you know? Like my mom, not my dad, showed me the Alien movies, the Terminator movies. You know, my dad was like, he showed me Airplane and Spaceballs, but like, my mom showed me some real shit. Seeing Prometheus in theaters with her was a dope experience, and seeing Underwater. I've seen a lot of movies with her, and now I don't have the Blu-ray, but let's head over to blu-ray.com to check out what special features are available for it. And if we're looking at the back here, you do have extended and deleted scenes, which, that has me interested. The Real Bunny montage. I don't know what the fuck that means. I guess it's referring to the stuffed bunny in the movie. Making Underwater, I'd be very interested in seeing that. Audio commentary by William Eubank, Jared Purington, and Phil Gawthorne. And what do you know, it included a digital code. And again, this is out of print, and I just don't get why there's no 4K. I think that should come out this year. Somebody should put out a 4K of Underwater in 2025 for the 5th anniversary. Don't make us wait till the 10th. Now, here's another interesting thing. If you go to fandango.com, you can look up Underwater and buy yourself a 4K digital copy, which, if I don't hear any signs of a 4K in the next, year or two, I might end up doing. At least we've got that option, I guess. And I will say that it does come with the special features I've noticed, so that's good. Well, that's it. That's all I've got to say on Underwater. If you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend checking it out. Google says that you can watch it on Disney Plus or Hulu right now. Don't know if that's actually true, but let me know what you think of Underwater if you have seen it in the comments down below. And if you like this video, be sure to check out this one and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.